about that.
Anyway, let's get into our first game. Hot take. So we'll spin the wheel. It will land on a category for you both to debate. Now, Dev and Dan, you've got 90 seconds to argue your case. Okay, I'm keeping time and I'm making sure that you both don't go off the rails. Okay, the comment section will also decide who the winner is. We've also got Man City versus Spurs as a fixture next week. So guys, make sure to drop your hot takes below in the comment section and we'll pick a few at random that will go on the wheel next week. Right, let's see where we start. It's time to spin the wheel. Here we go then. What category have we got? We have got players for the first one. And our first statement is Manchester United now have a better front three than Arsenal.
Go on, Dev. It's Manchester United starts.
You know what? I will have to say, if you're talking in terms of numbers and Premier League numbers over the last 3 to 5 years, Mbeumo and Cunha are only second to the likes of Salah, Palmer, and a few of the other elite players in terms of their longevity, in terms of their availability, and actually putting out GA consistently over the last 3 years. We've signed both of them, and they're both coming out of very good age as well. And Seshko, you're looking at numbers compared to the Bundesliga. We're going to do that with both our strikers. Like, can they translate it? But if you're looking at just the wingers that have got proven ability, we've probably got the best two of the last 3 years.
Okay. Do you know what I'll say? I think all of them at Manchester United are questionable right now. Because I have no idea if Cunha can transfer the form from Wolves to Man United, likewise in Mbeumo and, of course, Sesko. Same for Gyökeres. What I do know is that Martinelli has scored 15 goals for Arsenal this season, and Bukayo Saka is an absolute madman. So we all know Bukayo Saka would walk into any team, probably in the world right now, right? So I would say that if you're going to look on paper, I think it's just Arsenal. I appreciate what Cunha and Mbeumo have done in the Premier League. I don't know what they're going to do at Man United. Yeah. We all know that Ruben Amorim is already on fraud watch. So I would say that if you're looking at the manager right now, I know that the manager can get the best out of Bukayo Saka. I don't know if he can out of your front three.
Well, I think with the two players I've just mentioned, though, they're outperformed their XG over the last 3 years as well. So they're playing in teams that aren't necessarily catered to their abilities, and yet they're still outshining those abilities. I think Martinelli is probably the weaker link in your front three, and I think compared to where we are with those players, I think that player that we have is better than the one that you've got there.
If we were to do a combined 11,
left.
If we do a combined 11, there's more Arsenal than Man United getting in.
Not the front three.
Absolutely.
And time. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I can't decide there. I can't decide. You've gone very stats. Very stats-based.
That's all he's
From
got.
the past, though, and you've gone already proven players that have played for Arsenal with Saka in there as well. I'm going to leave it to guys at home. Let me know in the comments, okay? Because for me, I can't decide on that one. So let me know in the comments who's won the first debate. Okay, time for statement number 2. Let's see what we get. Here we go. We've got... It's landed on club, and your statement is Arsenal will finish above Manchester United for the next 5 seasons.
I think that's a given. That's an absolute given for me. In the next 5, one thing you can't deny about Arsenal is that we've been consistent. We're very good at coming second, right? So at the moment, I'd love to see us go and win something and go for. I don't think Man United are ready right now. I think this is a massive job for Manchester United for the next 5 years. Huge.
I'd say I agree with you. I don't think in the first 5 seasons, in the first like 2 or 3, I think they're going to be ahead of us. But the answer is, over the next 5, I think we're building the foundations better than we have done over the past 10 years. And I think with what Arsenal don't have that Manchester United do is the fact that we are Manchester United and we can continue growing. We can still buy incredible players even when we're at our lowest ebb. They can't.
I agree with that, but you're Manchester United with holes in your roof, rats running around the ground, and there's hygiene warnings everywhere. It's not great. It's the old Man United. I would agree with you, Dev. Right now, things aren't pretty for you, bruv.
No, it's not pretty right now. But the same guy who, when you guys were moving into a new stadium, you had to go Nacho Monreal and Andre Santos. We all have our eras, but still, when we are at our lowest ebb, we are able to get better talent than you. And I think what it comes down to is we've still, won trophies over the last few seasons compared to what you have. You finished higher than us, whatever, but we have still been able to give our fans a memory that you guys haven't got.
And you know what's mad is in the last 5 years, in the next 5 years and the last 5 years, I look at the last 5 and I look at Manchester United, it's unrecognisable to the Manchester United that I was growing up with. They used to scare me. They used to ruin my childhood. Now, even with Arsenal, I still think the next 5 years, the future looks brighter for us.
Well, you're unrecognisable because you're actually starting to win games compared to the previous.
3 seconds. 2.
Look at that.
1. It's tough. It's a good debate. It's a good debate. But do you know what? On this occasion, I understand where you were coming from, but I'm going to give it to Dan.
I respect it.
Just because your first statement was, I agree.
No, I agree with that.
For the next 3 seasons, I think you will. So it only gives you the last 2 out of those 5 seasons. Yeah. But again, a great debate, guys.
Good one.
Debate number 3 is up next. Let's see what we've got. The wheel is spinning and it's landed on players. Now, the statement is Bryan Mbeumo will outscore Bukayo Saka in the Premier League this season.
I genuinely think that's a given.
Why?
Because Bryan Mbeumo, like being at Brighton, he's outscoring some of the better players in his position. At Brentford, sorry. Being at Brentford, he's outscored some of the better players in his position. And like I said, when it comes to his XG, he's been in a team that doesn't cater towards him. Now we've actually got a more fluid front line, which are going to cater to each other a lot more. I think Saka is obviously a brilliant player. I'm not denying that. But this is outscoring purely on goals. And Mbeumo is one of the most forward-thinking, most single-minded right wingers in the Premier League. And like I say, with goals coming off that right-hand side, he's only second to Salah in that debate over the last 2 to 3 seasons. So just to say, like, he has to go and continue that at Man United. I know Saka has done it a few times at Arsenal, but he's also dipped as well. So I think Mbeumo coming in a new system where he's going to want to prove himself is a much better proposition than what Saka's already been doing.
Listen, it's cute and all that. Bryan Mbeumo is a good player, but he doesn't touch the sides when it comes to Bukayo Saka. And it's different scoring goals at Brentford than it is to Manchester United. We've seen Marcus Rashford do it in glimpses, Garnacho do it in glimpses. They've all struggled. Your attack has struggled. And I truly believe Mbeumo will struggle at Manchester United because Manchester United is a toxic place to go. It's a graveyard for players. Bukayo Saka has been there and done it for many a season. Now, he's carried Arsenal, to be fair, on his back at 18 years old, 19 years old for the last 5 years. Well, we've been poor at times. Bukayo Saka has got us out of so many holes. And I think if he stays fit and Mbeumo stays fit, I think Saka comes out top, man.
It's a big if for Saka, and also you've got a single-minded striker who wants to get goals on his own. We got 3 players that want to give goals to each other. So just by that proxy, I think Mbeumo's going to get more of an opportunity.
And time. Again, it's a good debate. It's
all hope.
debate.
It's proven with me. It's all hope with you.
Debate.
It's hope.
Okay, but like the time is up. The time is up. Obviously, first round, it was a draw. Second round went to Dan. I'm going to give just evidence-based third round to Dan as well. Purely for the reason...
the lower point of these, because these are definitely way...
Purely for the reason that I do agree with the fact that Saka has done it at the top level in terms of obviously being at a Champions League club and things like that. I do think it is a big ask going from a Brentford to a Manchester United, especially in a massive transition phase.
Yeah.
But again, it's 2-0. It's not over yet. Plenty more statements to go.
We love a comeback.
And we are on.
Kings.
We are on to statement number 4. Let's go. The wheel's spinning and we have landed on club. Here we go. Your statement is Arsenal, now a bigger pool for top players than Manchester United. Now, we've already spoken about this. So, Dev, I'm going to let you go first. Here we go.
It's just not true, though, is it? Let's be honest. Like, I think people were genuinely shocked at how we finished last season. I'm shocked that we still ended up getting Cunha and Mbeumo and Sechko, potentially Baleba. Let's see what happens with that. But like, we're still being linked with these players. We're still actually being able to get these players at our lowest ebb. That's our lowest point, and I'll admit that we've been horrible. I'm not debating that. When you guys were at your lowest ebb, I saw the players you were getting. We're looking at fact versus fact. Who did you buy at your lowest point? Who did we buy at our lowest point? And ours was better. And who did we buy at our highest point? Still better than you.
Okay, I think you misunderstood the question because it's not about back then, it's about right now. And I think I'm going to win this quite clearly because Victor Gyökeres said, Man United, no thank you. I will come over to Arsenal. Sesko, they didn't even want Sesko, bro. We said, you have Sesko, you take Benjamin Sesko, we'll take Victor Gyökeres.
He's already making...
We'll take Glock 9. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll take Glock 9. We'll take him off your hands. We've got Zubamendi, who said no to Liverpool. He said no to Manchester City. He wasn't interested in staying in Spain. He wanted to come over to Arsenal. I think we've proven we can pull now players that you might look at and go, yeah, I want to go and play in European football. I want to go and play in Champions League. Man United can't offer that anymore. Yeah, Man United aren't the massive club that you once were. You are not. Unfortunately, you've only got the historic side now. Arsenal right now, I think Gyökeres has made the right decision.
Historic side is where the pull comes from. Like we've seen with Newcastle, like they're at the similar ebb.
10 seconds.
They can't get those players, but we're Manchester United.
And we,
unfortunately, will always be bigger than you. You just got to accept.
The proof is this season. Gyökeres chose us, not you, bro.
2.
Let's go, chose us, not you.
1. And time. Again, another good debate. 4 out of 4 good debates. I'm going to give this one to Dev. I think purely because...
It's true.
One, I'm going to be a little bit biased here and genuinely think over in history it's true. Okay, I think it's going to take a couple more seasons for that point to be relevant to Arsenal in terms of a bigger pool than Man United.
Why did Gyökeres go to Arsenal?
You need at least...
But I think one player is not proof in the pudding. I think you have assigned 3 or 4 decent players this season or this transfer window when you can't, unless you get relegated this next season, you can't get much worse. So
Far off.
4 statements, 1 draw. It's 2-1 to Dan at the moment going into the final statement. Is it going to be a draw or is it going to be a win for Dan? Here we go. 5th and final statement. The wheel is spinning and it's landed on managers. So Ruben Amorim will win a major trophy before Mikel Arteta wins another. Let's go.
Interested to know your thoughts on Amorim. I really am.
Yeah, I think like I didn't expect it to go as badly as last season did, but he's revealed a lot of the rot, and I think that's what we've needed for a long time, like Arteta did at a different scale. But I think what is interesting here is that Amorim does actually have a history of winning. Your manager's just got a history of losing. So I think it's just, can he translate that to Man United? And let's face it, we lost the European final. I'm not going to get away from that. You're not going to forget that either. But I think just the fact he got us there in his first season with everything going on, and then still all you've got is a little COVID FA Cup, which you tell us not to be happy about when we win ours. And Amorim, like he says, when he gets it right, his brand of football can win trophies. It can go at the highest level in Europe and go higher than where Arteta has gone with lesser players. So I would have more faith in Amorim doing what he's already done rather than Arteta doing what he's tried to do and get it wrong multiple times.
Now, look, you make some good points. What I would say back to that is that we have already won a trophy with this manager at this club. Ruben Amorim has not won a trophy with Manchester United. And in fact, he's made you worse since coming in for Ten Hag, which is crazy to think that he's done that. Ten Hag actually did win you trophies. Ruben Amorim has not. You actually will never be forgiven for giving Tottenham Hotspur one of their first trophies in God knows how long. In the Europa League. Crazy night. And that for me is why I think Mikel Arteta has to win this year, and I think that he will deliver. Ruben Amorim might have a massive concern that he'll be here past October, whereas I know Mikel Arteta will stay here till May, and I believe he'll win silverware this year.
5.
I believe. But there was more about, that was just about us
3,
not winning trophies, not why he
2. And time. Okay. Again, all 5 debates have been brilliant, by the way.
Yeah,
must say to you both, all 5 debates have been brilliant. Although there is a point that is made where, Dan, you did say, I believe that this year has to be our year. I also do think, by the way, COVID FA Cup as a nickname is crazy. I do think that when Arteta did win the FA Cup, it wasn't necessarily a squad that he built. No. And since building his squad, he hasn't won anything. And I do also believe, you know, you've been there 1 season, 2 seasons, and already you've got to a final at least. I'm going to give it a 2-2, okay? I'm going to be impartial. It's 2-2 out of 5. And guys, if you think I'm wrong, a lot of people always do think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments what you think. It's 2-2 at the moment, but you have the casting vote, okay? Is Dev from United in the lead, or is the real winner Dan from Arsenal? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll let you know the results next week.
We love a comeback. It's in our blood. It's in our blood.